Hello, Mid-Michigan, and welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios for, well, almost seems like it was about 12 hours ago that we were on the air, and myself and Adam Gursky made that long trek home from Standish Sterling Central. But what a joyous ride home it was as the Shepherd Blue Jays were victorious 37-0 over Standish Sterling Central. And today we've got a matinee battle for you. The Sacred Heart Academy Irish, the Vestaburg Wolverines, both teams in their first year back in 11-man football action. It should be an absolute fantastic game, and seems funny that this is not an MSAC conference game with these two squads, but yeah, I think they were the only two that went back to 11-man football, and so they're actually going to play each other twice this season. They will match up later this year at Sacred Heart Academy. That'll be on a Friday night, so we will be at a different locale, but we've got a Saturday matinee football mashup for you. Vestaburg, Sacred Heart Academy. Vestaburg comes into this game 0-2, lost last week in a really close contest to Detroit Communication Media Arts or something like that, down in the southeast part of the state. Last week, Sacred Heart took on a similar opponent, Madison Heights Bishop Foley Academy, I think is the exact one for the full title of that school. They were down at the half and came back to win 22-12. Both teams lost in week one to really strong programs, Vestaburg falling to Hesperia, and for the Sacred Heart Academy Irish, as it's our first time seeing them this year, and we'll definitely be talking about the man under center, Mr. Nate Seiler. Back with more Woods Household pregame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barberry. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barberry Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barberry Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barberry, he can be yours too.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Bogwai Banga and Bradley on Main Street in Mount Pleasant provides uncompromising integrity when providing tax and accounting services to individuals and small businesses in the Mid-Michigan area. Bogwai Banga and Bradley has an expert CPA ready to help you, whether you're an individual that needs help with taxes or a business that needs help with, well, just about everything. Bogwai Banga and Bradley is a leader in the community and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Visit them online at bwbpc.com or stop into their office on Main Street in downtown Mount Pleasant. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291. Martinez Lawn Care, just like our local football teams, can keep your yard looking good deep into fall, and we all know winter is coming. Call now to get on their snow plowing schedule. Find Martinez Lawn Care on Facebook or call them at 989-317-5536. Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group is Mid-Michigan's #1 team for protecting what matters most to you. Home, auto, life, farm, business. They offer a wide variety of coverage at affordable rates with the customer service of a best friend. Visit Brickner and Buckner Farm Bureau Insurance Group on Pickard Road or visit them online at bricknerbunker.insurance.com.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction today, high atop the stands at Vestaburg. Well, not quite at the high school, but at the football field, ready for some action. You can actually see the old football field off in the distance. It's kind of a really cool atmosphere, and it's Sacred Heart Academy, Vestaburg. And so we came on the air a bit late for our Woods Household pregame show. It looks like they're about ready for the national anthem already, and so we won't necessarily go through all these Sacred Heart Academy starters. we will be able to do that when we come back, as I listen for my cue of, this game was made possible by. I still haven't heard that. And so it'll be the junior Nate Seiler under center. What a year he had last year as a sophomore on the football team, catching some big passes from Mr. Jason Bogue. Had a great year at the excellent basketball team up as a sophomore. And then, woo boy, one of the most historic years on the mound for Sacred Heart Academy baseball. And saying that is really something impressive. Now the starting quarterback in his junior year in the backfield with him will be Tegan Duffy, the senior. Woo boy, he is Mr. Do Everything for Sacred Heart Academy. Also catching passes, running the ball. You can see Brody Collin, Nico Vasquez, Maxim Boykin Lynch, and Leland Martinez. And across the offensive line for the Irish, you've got the junior Hank McDonald, senior Caleb Strout, the freshman Walt McDonald under center, the junior Martin Ha at right guard, and at right tackle, the senior big number 62, Brendan Irvin. So Vestaburg Wolverines make their way out onto the field with the support of the band here at Vestaburg High School. Sacred Heart is lined up and ready for the national anthem. But as we got another moment here, maybe, defensive starters for Sacred Heart Academy. It's Maxim Boykin Lynch, Brendan Irvin, Caleb Strout, Martin Ha across the line. A linebacker, Seiler, Lynch, Cotter, Andres. In the defensive backfields, Colin, Duffy, and Karimi. Oh, boy, we are set for Sacred Heart Academy. 11-man football. They got their first 11-man win in like 8 years last week, and not because they hadn't been solid football teams, just because they had been playing 8-man football for quite a few years. We're going to send it out to one more break here for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have the opening kick. Sacred this. Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Imagine a home that reflects your style. With WW Construction, that dream will become a reality. As a trusted Mid-Michigan builder, WW Construction specializes in builds and remodels that turn ordinary spaces into extraordinary ones. Join the growing family of homeowners who trust WW Construction for quality and craftsmanship. Call WW Construction today at 989-621-2722 to make your dreams a reality. Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. It is Nico Vasquez, Tegan Duffy, it looks like back deep to receive the kick for your Irish of Sacred Heart Academy. Actually, probably might be Morrison out there. No, that's number 2. You got the number 2, Jacob Morrison, wearing number 0. Wearing number 2 is Nico Vasquez. And I tell you what, if Vasquez is rocking that number 2, he's got a lot to live up to last year, taking over for Mr. Luke Hacker, who was unbelievable all last year for the Sacred Heart Academy Irish and has now taken his talents to Trine University along with Mr. Jackson Verlegger. Sacred Heart out there ready for the kick, still waiting for the Vestaburg kicking team to take the field. As I told you, coming to you live from the Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Thanks so much for tuning in to our Woods Household Appliance pregame show. All game long, we'll be talking about the Bills' custom fabrication of the game. The Zeta Batchelder Baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. And we'll have our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report, our Bird All-American Grill postgame show, and we'll go through some of those scores from last night. They are brought to you by Clark Modular Homes, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. Also, much love going out to J&J Auto, Balotco Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Mount Pleasant Automotive, and Price Optograph, and Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Out to kick things off for the varsity Vestaburg Wolverines is the junior Barem Warzinski. We'll also see him at quarterback as well for Vestaburg. And his younger brother, Lucas Warzinski, will be their main running back. Here comes the kick. It's a decent one. It's going to take a bounce at the 15-yard line, picked up by Tegan Duffy. He's looking for some room right up the middle of the field. He's going to charge ahead to the 30-yard line. That is where Sacred Heart Academy game at 0-2. But as I said, they both played really, really strong opponents in week one. And Vestaburg almost had a comeback victory in week two, a la Sacred Heart, but they end up falling in overtime. And connection issues, we're out here in Vestaburg. It does look like if you're out watching on Facebook, we probably do have a bit more of a play of the ball game. It's not a big gang there. Nice job by the Vestaburg defense up the middle. Actually, it's going to be a really good spot and a solid job by Seiler falling forward. It's going to turn into a 6 or 7 yard gain. So no scoreboard clock here today with that bright, bright sunshine. 2nd down and 4 with 11:20 left to go first quarter. We are scoreless, Sacred Academy and Vestaburg. Shotgun look, handoff to Tegan Duffy, looking to find some room up the middle. It is not there. Excellent defensive play from the Vestaburg Wolverines. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. It's pretty much no gain on that play for Sacred Heart Academy. A solid stand there from Vestaburg. 3rd down and 3. 10:45 left to go here in quarter number 1. First possession of the ball game. She says 3rd and 3 on the scoreboard, but it looks a little, maybe a long 3rd and 4 here, possibly even. Shotgun look here for Nate Seiler. He's got 2 wide receivers to his right. Man in motion is Vasquez. They want to throw it to Brody Collin. He makes the catch for first down yardage, breaks away from a tackle. We do have a late flag coming in. It could be a face mask by the way Brody Collin shifted around a bit, but it also could be a hold coming from the middle area of the field. We'll see what the call is here. The officials get together, make sure they are on top of things. It will be a face mask that will add on to the yardage, just the 5-yard variety. But Brody Collin with the catch for first down yardage from Nate Seiler. And with that 5-yard penalty, it'll take the Irish just across midfield into Vestaburg territory. 10:21 left to go, first quarter. The Irish, the first down on the first series of drives. Seiler trots back in from the sideline with the play. Martinez lined up at tight end to the right of Seiler. In the backfield with him is Tegan Duffy. He's got 2 wide receivers split out wide to his left. It's Karimi and Vasquez. It's going to be a handoff to Duffy all the way, looking for some room. He's going to charge ahead just for a yard or 2. And that is the one thing Vestaburg seems to bring to the table every year, is a lot of big, big bodies in the middle, including big number 0, Connor Vowell. And he's actually coming out of the game. Substitution coming in for him. Those replacement substitutions brought to you by our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive. Just like these coaches need replacement parts all game long, they have got the replacement part for your vehicle. Boykin Lynch lined up at tight end to the left of Seiler. Martinez at tight end to his right. Duffy in the backfield. It's going to be a throw here on this play. Trying to send it out to Vasquez. He makes the catch. He's going to be hit hard. They're going to have a helmet come flying off. A little J&J Auto collision report right there. But on the 5th play of the drive, it's going to be a completion out to Vasquez for short yardage. We do have a flag on the play. We'll see what the flag is here. 9:08 left to go first quarter. Third down coming up for Sacred Heart, unless the penalty, if it backs them up, could stay second down if it's a hold. If it's against Vestaburg, it could put Sacred Heart in first down yardage. Comes the white hat with the signal. Actually, he's now trotting over towards the sideline here. And it will be a personal foul hit to the head going against Vestaburg. And so that'll be the second penalty that will benefit Sacred Heart Academy on this drive. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Irish after they mark off the penalty. Their second first down on the drive in 5 plays. That 15-yard is going to mark it all the way off down to the 30-yard line. Yeah, 9:08 left to go here in quarter number 1. Sacred Heart Academy moving the ball right down the field. Seiler in the gun. Vasquez lined up wide here to the near side. It's Tegan Duffy at running back in the backfield. Fake handoff to Duffy. Seiler pours it up the middle, makes a way and miss. He dives towards the first down. He won't have it, but an excellent run right there from Seiler. And he's got that big frame very similar to what Jason Bogue has, but was very slippery right there to get around a defender, and then he lowered the helmet. And we have another flag on the play. This one will be a hold that will back up Sacred Heart Academy. Depending on where that hold took place, we'll see how far it does back them up. We've got 8:53 left to go first quarter. It's going to be first down and 20 now for the Irish after that holding call. So already the penalties are piling up here on this first drive for both teams. Ball just inside the 40, the 39er, you could call it the 40. Split wide to the near side. Here's Brody Collins. Seiler in the gun with Tegan Duffy in the backfield. They fake the handoff to Duffy. Rolling out to the right of Seiler. It's going to be complete to Maxim Boykin Lynch. He's across the 30. Brace a tackle to the 20-yard line. Big time catch and run there for the freshman. Talking with Coach Wheaton in the preseason. And last week he talked about how Maxim Boykin Lynch, and you could say Leland Martinez too, you stand next to him, they do not look like freshmen. That will be first down yardage for the Irish. So third first down on this drive, and technically I believe it's 6 plays. Maybe a little bit different out there. Penalties changing things a bit. First down and 10 for the Irish. Ball at the Vestaburg 20. 8:30 left to go here in quarter number 1. Shotgun look for Seiler. Vasquez goes in motion. They hand it off to Duffy. He's got to cut it back. He gets inside the 15-yard line. Bowls forward all the way down to the 10. Big time run there from Duffy. And what a finish to that run to get extra yardage for the Irish. Say it's a toasty Barbary Law Studios here on this Saturday. I also love going out to Martinez Lawn Care, Mogwai Bang Gun Bradley, Powell Frame and Collision, Dick Sova Auto Sales, Brickner and Buckner Farm Bureau Insurance Group, Block Electric, The Diner, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pier Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, and GNS Mechanical. That run will actually have it first down and goal now for the Irish. Their 4th first down on this drive. Seiler coming back in with the play. Maybe took a little bit of time there, but they did mark off that first down late. Boykin Lynch is going to be lined up kind of as an up back right behind the right guard. In the gun is Seiler. Tegan Duffy in the backfield with him. Split to the near side is Nico Vasquez. Vasquez goes in motion. It's a throw all the way for Seiler. Looking towards the corner of the end zone for Brody Collins. The throw is going to be a little too tall. They tried to throw the corner route to the far pylon in the back corner of the end zone. The toss was just a little too far. It was a good route from Brody Collins. Just couldn't quite track it inbounds. 7:46 left to go in quarter number 1. Second down and goal coming up for the Irish at the 10-yard line. Seiler trotting in with the play. First down and goal at the 10. Brody Collins split out wide here to the near side. Split out to the other side. Split out wide, it's Nico Vasquez. Seiler now looking to the sideline, maybe changing the play. Maxim Boykin Lynch goes in motion. They hand it out. No, they fake the handoff to Duffy. Seiler looking to get the outside. He breaks one tackle, bowls ahead down to the 5, maybe the 3-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and goal now. Well, we got 8th, 9th play of the drive here coming up again. You know that Spockman math is never perfect. 7:25 left to go here in quarter number one. The Irish looking to get on the board on their first drive of the ball game. They've marched it right
I'm
down
returning.
the field, and part of me there, as you hear the beginning of our Barberry Law commercial, is I get ready for a potential break here if the Irish can get into the end zone. I formation now look for Sacred Heart Academy. Handed off to Duffy, the deep back. He pours into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. Big hole made out there by the offensive line of Sacred Heart Academy. In particular, kind of really tracking that play was the freshman Walt McDowell, making a big hole up the middle from his center position. And so on the 9th play of the drive, it's a touchdown for Tegan Duffy. And the Irish go up 6-0 with a possible extra point on hand. It looks like Seiler will be out there for the extra point. Brody Collin out there for the hold. The Irish take it right down the field. Started at their own 32-yard line. Again, 8, 9, 10 plays. Not exact there with several penalties. 4 first downs. Couple nice runs. Couple nice throws from Nate Seiler. Brody Collin with a big first down catch as the Irish march down the field in 5 minutes and 6 seconds to get into the end zone. No time being taken right now, so get ready for the extra point. The official puts the ball in place there. Now finally backs up, and we're set to go for the extra point. 6:54 left in quarter number one. And we're going to have a flag on the play. It's going to be a penalty, I believe, going against Vestaburg. And so that'll move Sacred Heart halfway up. And very similar to what we see from the Beale City Aggies, if it's going to be 1.5 yards instead of 3 yards, we're going to come out here and we're going to go for 2 now. So the Wolverines look like they might have just lined up off sides there. Seiler now comes back in, ready to play quarterback as opposed to kicker. And it looks like he's going to go under center. Fullback out there for the Irish is Joey Andres. Lined up at the deep back is Tegan Duffy. Duffy's got to kind of switch it around. It's going to be stopped by Vestaburg. The 2-point is no good. And so despite the Irish moving to the 1.5 yard line, the Vestaburg defense stands up to keep them out of 2-point range. We'll be back with more Irish football right after this with 6:54 left in the first quarter. They lead Vestaburg 6-0 on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barberry. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barberry Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barberry Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barberry. He can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Shout out to Dance Again, Dress Consignment Shop in Wademan. If you still don't have your homecoming dress, ladies, well, Kara Lynch has got you covered. Go see her out in Wademan at Dance Again. Also love to Isabella Community Sportsplex, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Smith & Sons, the Beale City Village Store, Sydney's Judges Bench, Dog Central, Barry Funeral Home, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Almost Up North, and Stitches for Britches. It's a high kick here from Seiler. It's going to take a bounce at the 20 and go out of bounds. Looks like maybe if you're Sacred Heart, you want to keep the ball out of the hands of the athletes back there in running space. So I don't necessarily mind that call there from the coaches, or maybe it just wasn't a great kick and it went out of bounds. I'll probably never really know. But Vestaburg's going to start with the football in really good shape at their own 35-yard line with 6:54 left to go here in quarter number one. It'll be Warzinski under center or in the gun, and Warzinski getting a lot of the handoffs too. So you're going to hear the name Warzinski a ton when it comes to the offense here for Vestaburg. Going to line up in the gun, two running backs on each side of Warzinski. It's a high snap immediately in the backfield to just absolutely level the would-be ball carrier. There was nowhere to go as Martin Ha went right past the offensive line, and as soon as Warzinski brought in the high snap, Ha was in his face. There was nothing he could do. Big play on first down to back up Vestaburg. Clock moving after the running play. 6:23 left to go, first quarter. 6-0 Sacred Heart Academy with the lead. They scored on their first possession, going 68 yards and 9 or 10 plays to get into the end zone. Vestaburg, their first play of the game, immediately backed up 5 yards. In the shotgun is now the freshman Lucas Warzinski. He takes the Wildcat snap, looks to find some room off to the right side, and there was nowhere for him to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white shirts in the way there, not allowing Warzinski to go anywhere. Third down and long now for Vestaburg. The way Vestaburg likes to run the football, these are the situations you don't want to be in. Vestaburg wants to be that 3-yard in a cloud of dust type offense to where they're looking at a 3rd down and 4, and then even if they get that 4th down and 1, 4th down and 2, they're going to feel comfortable. It's just really tough when they get put behind the chains immediately because of the big-time play from Martin Ha on first down. The freshman Warzinski back in the gun once again. He's got 4 wide. He looks to throw. He's rolling out to his right. The throw is going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage. Maxim Boykin Lynch with the tip. That is going to force a 4th down and 15 and a definite punting situation here for Vestaburg. 5:17 left to go in our first quarter. Looks like it's going to be a 3 and out for the Wolverines, unless they've got something crazy up their sleeve here in the early going. Back deep to punt this one away is Brem Warzinski, the junior Warzinski. You might be hearing me say the freshman Warzinski, the junior Warzinski, to kind of tell them the difference. Here comes the snap, a little bit of pressure. It's a really high kick. It's not going to be returnable. They got to get out of the way. Colin does eventually field it at the 36-yard line, where he's absolutely buried by the tackler, Lucas Janowski, on the play. But Colin, I think, kind of prepared himself for the hard hit there. But he could have saved a good 15, 20 yards of field position there by doing so. So the Irish got the ball to start the game. Obviously 12 minutes on the clock, 5 minutes and 6 seconds they get into the end zone. If you are Vestaburg, you ran about a minute 35 or a minute 40. Vasquez, Karimi will be the wide receivers, the tight ends, Maxim Boykin Lynch and Leland Martinez. Tegan Duffy at running back. You could also see Boykin Lynch carrying the football as well. Seiler trots in with the play. 1st down and 10 for the Irish. They already lead at 6-0. 5:09 left to go first quarter. Lined up wide to the near side is Brody Collin. To the far side at wide receiver, it's Nico Vasquez. As I said, it is Mr. Nate Seiler in the gun. Man in motion is Vasquez. They hand it off to Duffy. He's got big running room. Breaks one tackle. Breaks another. Across the 40. We got a flag in the backfield for, I believe, a late hit. Duffy's gone. 63 yards. Touchdown! Sacred Heart Academy. Tegan Duffy got a little bit of space and took it to the house. And the way everybody's going to the end zone, this is a definite flag on Vestaburg. What an explosive run from Tegan Duffy. His second tutty already of the game. Woo, boy, what a run. The personal foul has actually declined from Sacred Heart Academy, and maybe that was one of those with the fake handoff. Yeah, maybe you got to go after Nate Seiler, and so Coach Wheaton says, nah, we got the touchdown. We are good. 4:57 left to go first quarter. Just like that, the Irish strike once again on the first play of their second drive at 63 yards, and Tegan Duffy for the tutty. Now the Irish are out there looking for the 2-point conversion, trying to make up for the missed 2-point conversion moments ago. Again, pardon me from hearing from Weefrich Financial as I get ready to play their commercial break. They fake the handoff, looking for the two-point conversion. Seiler's rolling out. He turns it back in. He dives forward. They're not going to give it to him. They're going to say his knee touched the ground first, so it's another TD for Duffy. Another two-point conversion, no good. But the Irish do lead it 12-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barberry Law Studios. We're going to take a break to hear from our friends at Weefrich Financial and others. When we come back, we'll give you an update. Michigan, CMU, what is going on there? Back with more right after this. It's Irish football on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weefrich Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefrich Financial. Weefrich Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefrichFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefrich Financial, member SIPC. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Much love going on to Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric, Fisher Companies, Central Concrete, Central Asphalt, and Fisher Transportation, along with my friend Kenneth Egger, DDS. Sacred Heart Academy ready to kick it off. They did enforce the penalty on the kickoff. That's a whoopsie-daisy, my bad. 4:57 left to go in our first quarter. The Irish have scored on both of their possessions. One was a long 68-play drive. The second one, a one-play, 63-yard touchdown drive. And if you're Sacred Heart, I really expect an onside kick here in this situation with the ball moved up so far via the penalty. And Seiler's got it ready to go. They might even come out here in a crowd, and he might kick it real quick. Nope, they're not going to do that. They're going to line up traditionally like they do. The Warzinskis are back deep to receive for Vestaburg. Here comes the kick from Seiler. It's going to go out of the back of the end zone, and so they decide to go against kicking the onside. And it tells, again, I think that just goes, I'd be a terrible high school football coach is what it really comes down to. Vestaburg, and I'm getting a nod from Adam Gursky. Yeah, I think you would be. Vestaburg will start with it at their own 20-yard line. First time they had it, they went 3 and out. It was a big-time play for Martin Hahn to get into the backfield. Yet if you're Vestaburg and this type of offense, you can't be looking at 2nd down and 15. You need to be looking at 2nd down and 7, 2nd down and 6 for this 3-yard and a cloud of dust type offense that the Wolverines want to run. Shotgun look for the freshman Lucas Warzinski. That is another thing about this Vestaburg team. They are very, very young. Quick throw here to the near side to the junior Warzinski. He's going to be brought down immediately. Excellent open field tackle. Joey Andres from his linebacker position getting over there to make the play. So Vestaburg, not a lot of success up the middle on their first drive. Try to throw the wide receiver screen right away, but great tracking from the defense from Sacred Heart Academy makes it no gain or maybe even a very short loss on the play. 4:25 left to go first quarter. The Irish lead at 12-0. The freshman Lucas Warzinski coming back in with the play. "12 freshmen and sophomores on this squad for Vestaburg. Again, very, very young. 4 minutes left to go first quarter. 12-0 Irish with the lead. You run all the way for Warzinski on 2nd down. He dances, tries to make a couple guys miss, but then he's buried in the backfield by Sacred Heart Academy. Was not a bad move out there. Looked like he may have got away from a defender initially, but then several more closed in from Sacred Heart. It is now 3rd down and 13. Again, this is the situation that you cannot put yourself in if you're Vestaburg. Just like the temperature is heating up like a Block Coast spa, So is this Irish defense. We saw a wonderful defensive performance last night from the Shepherd Blue Jays. Looking really good out here right now are the Sacred Heart Academy Irish defense. Shotgun look for Warzinski. A definite throwing situation here. It's going to be a high snap. He's got a little bit of time. He launches it downfield. It's one-on-one coverage. Collin was the closest player to it, waiting to see if there's some type of flag. There was a little bit of contact out there between Brody Collin and the wide receiver Warzinski, but there's going to be no flag on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and an absolute mile here for Vestaburg, and they're going to have to punt this one away again, I think. Ball at the 17-yard line. Brody Collin back deep to receive the punt. Brem Warzinski, the junior Warzinski, back to kick this one away. It's a high snap. It's going to go over the head of the punter, and he's going to boot it out of the back of the end zone smartly, but we also have a flag on the play. If you're Vestaburg, you hope this flag goes against Sacred Heart Academy. Otherwise, that safety will actually give the 2 points back that the Irish were looking for to make it a more traditional football score. And it was a false start going against Vestaburg. Penalty obviously declined. It is a safety, 14-0. Sacred Heart Academy now with the lead after the safety, and they'll have excellent field position once again, because Vestaburg is going to have to boot this one away from their own 20-yard line. And score update from Ann Arbor. Our Chippewas fighting hard, but down big, 28-3 as it nears halftime. $14-0 here as the Irish get set to take back over on offense. It's still the first quarter, 3:07 left to go. In scores from last night around the mid-Michigan area, oh boy, things have started off really, really good for our ultra locals. Shepherd, Beale City, Mount Pleasant, Clare, and Ithaca, they're all now 3-0. Shepherd bested Standish 37-0. Beale City beat Roscommon 63-8. Mount Pleasant bested Midland Dow 63-39. Clare beat Midland Bullock Creek 62-28. And in overtime, Ithaca bested Saginaw Michigan Lutheran Seminary 42-40. I also found out from Jeremy Woodcock, Ithaca was out their starting quarterback and maybe best defensive player, Gibson Rondi, in that game. And so a big-time performance from the Ithaca Yellow Jackets, getting that win with a backup quarterback against a real, I don't want to say a backup quarterback, not your starting quarterback, Gibson Rondi, against a really good Michigan Lutheran Seminary squad. So with this kick occurring at the 20-yard line for Vestaburg, the return men for Sacred Heart Academy are lined up actually at the 35-yard line. You've got Vasquez out there, and you've got Duffy out there ready to return the kick. Kicking things away for the Vestaburg Wolverines is going to be the senior Logan Griffin. 3:07 left to go here in quarter number one. The Irish already up big, 14-0. They've scored on their first 2 possessions. The first time it was a 9-play drive. Second time it was just 1 run from Tegan Duffy. Upman's going to field this kick, trying to find some room to the far side of the field is the return man. He's going to take it deep into Vestaburg territory. This drive will start at the Vestaburg 31 for Sacred Heart Academy. It would seem unreal, but last night we saw Shepherd start deep in Standish territory several times. 2 times because of blocked punts from senior all-sports star Mr. Bryce Smith. 2:59 left to go in quarter number one. Irish up 14-0, just 30 yards away from putting another score on the board. Great field position to start drive number 3 against the Wolverines. Seiler's going to line up in a pistol-type formation with Tegan Duffy lined up behind him. Maxim Boykin Lynch also lined up in the backfield as kind of an up-back tight end. Man in motion is Vasquez. They hand it off to Duffy, running towards Vasquez motion. He's going to pick up 4 or 5 yards before he is stood up and pushed back. Both the Warzinskis in on that one. It's going to bring up second down. We'll call it 6 here. This game started with the Irish getting the ball, their own 32-yard line. As I said, 9 plays. Tegan Duffy touchdown, 2-point conversion, no good. Then a 3-and-out for Vestaburg. 1 play, another touchdown, and another 3-and-out for Vestaburg. A bad snap allowed the Irish to get those 2 points back. It's 14-0. Fake handoff to Duffy. Seiler looking for some room. He's going to be hit hard and dragged down for a very short gain. 4-down territory here for Sacred Heart Academy, but if you're Vestaburg, Swear defense has got to stand up at this point. If you're able to get the ball back, you get something going on offense. This is definitely still a football game, but it's looking like it could get out of hand early unless Vestaburg comes up with a stop here. 1:47 left to go, first quarter. 3rd down and 8, ball on the 28-yard line for the Irish. Seiler in the gun, lined up here to the near side is Brody Collin at wide receiver. They fake the handoff to Duffy. Seiler rolling our way, throws it towards Martinez over the middle. It's going to be knocked away. A great defensive play out there. That was Lucas Warzinski kind of getting in between the wide receiver and the football to make it a very, very difficult play. Don't know if he necessarily got a hand on it. It looked like he did deflect it. 4th down now for the Irish. Just inside the Vestaburg 30. They're definitely going to go for it here. 1:35 left to go in quarter number 1. The Irish lead at 14-0 over Vestaburg. It'll be a shotgun look for Seiler. Imagine we'll see him rolling out with the option to throw or run here. Maxim Boykin Lynch also in the backfield with Tegan Duffy and Seiler. They fake the handoff. Seiler rolling to his right. Now they look to throw it back with a little misdirection. Duffy's got it wide open. First down. Sweet a juke move on the sidelines as he takes it to the house from 28 yards out. What a move from Duffy on the sideline. It looked like he was going to be pushed out of bounds, then went whoop, 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 whoop by the defender into the end zone. Seiler to Duffy. Duffy's 3rd TD of the first quarter. That is a start. It is 20-0. Sacred Heart Academy with the lead. Out there for the extra point, Mr. Nate Seiler. Brody Collin out there for the hold. 1:27 left to go in our first quarter, and the Irish have taken complete control of this game. If you are Vestaburg, you had a chance to get the stop there on 4th down. You were not able to do so. The extra point is up and good. It's 21-0 Irish with $1:27 left to go in our first quarter. Back with more Irish football right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blocko Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blocko Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Oh, welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Tegan Duffy with a couple nominations. His 63-yard touchdown run was pretty sweet, but the move he made for his 28-yard touchdown catch moments ago, oh, man. I think the defender's shoes are still out there on the field. Seiler out there for the kickoff for Sacred Heart Academy. They lead at 21-0 with 1:27 left to go in our first quarter. Kickoff is fielded by an up man, and really nice return out there from Vestaburg. On the return there was the freshman Maddox Couts, and that's one thing I want you to continue to notice. When I am saying the classes of these kids from Vestaburg, I say they're a young team. I mean they are a very, very young team. Freshman at quarterback, just a freshman there returning. I think it was 11 freshmen, maybe 1 sophomore, all on the varsity for this Vestaburg team. And so might be taking a few lickings this year to be given a few lickings the next couple years. Sacred Heart Academy has scored on a 9-play drive, a 1-play drive, and I guess you could call it a 4-play drive as they scored on 4th down. First down and 10 for Vestaburg. Their 33-yard line. See if they can get something going offensively here. It's going to continue to be the freshman Lucas Warzinski lined up in the gun. Lined up in the backfield with him is the senior Jared Carrick. Carrick out there maybe for an extra blocker now to try and give Warzinski some time. He's rolling. There's nowhere to go. Defenders all over in the backfield. Maxim Boykin Lynch is going to come up with the tackle in the backfield, but there was several Irish defenders back there to cause havoc. I believe Caden Hovey was one of them as well. It's going to bring up 2nd down and long, a big loss there on 1st down. And again, that has happened each time Vestaburg has had the ball. They haven't been looking at a 2nd down and 7 or 2nd down and 6 this entire game. And with the offense they want to run, those are the situations they need to be in. They continue to get backed up. It really takes a lot out of the playbook of Coach Julian Paxi and what he's going to be able to do. But I'll say it again. You got a freshman quarterback. Janowski, a freshman, has made a play. Kilmer, the freshman, has made a play. There's been a bunch of freshmen out there making some plays for Vestaburg. 29 seconds left to go. First quarter, 2nd down and long. They fake the handoff. It's now Brem Warzinski looking for some room. Great move in the backfield. He's across the 30. Barrels ahead towards the 40-yard line. What a move from Brem Warzinski in the backfield to get away from several Irish defenders to make this a very manageable 3rd down situation. And for Vestaburg, this is the situation you want to be in. It's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. You consider yourself having 2 downs possibly to try and pick this one up. That will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We'll keep our broadcast right here for the quarter break. Talk about some more of our great sponsors. Weber Brothers Sawmill, that timber of the game. Marin Ha has already been in the backfield a few times, but there's also been a lot of space out there for Tegan Duffy when he's been running the ball. So that has me thinking of Hank McDonald, Caleb Strouk, the freshman Walt McDonald, Martin Ha, and Brendan Irvin. When you think about that timber of the game, think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. Now, I feel bad for the defense because they're pitching a shutout, but Tegan Duffy had 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. That's pretty darn good. And on 2 of them, they were a combined 91 yards. 63-yard touchdown run from Duffy, and then he had a 28-yard touchdown catch late in that first quarter. Vestaburg's got 3rd down and 7, ball at their own 38-yard line when we come back here for the second quarter. More love going out. Barbary Law, Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, Woods Household, Brad Melly Well Drilling, Malik Construction, along with our friends at J&J Auto and Blockcoat Pools and Spas. 21-0. The Irish lead it here at the end of the first quarter over the Vestaburg Wolverines, and it just feels weird not to say an MSAC conference matchup, but the MSAC went 8-man several years ago. Both of these teams had the numbers to go back to 11-man, so they decided to do so. Vestaburg offense heads back out onto the field for this 3rd down, and actually they're going to say 5 on the scoreboard here. 3rd down and 5 as we start the second quarter for Vestaburg. And I feel like they're going to give themselves 2 plays to get this here. You don't want to give the ball back to the Irish with really good field position, but you're already down 21-0. You've yet to pick up a 1st down in this game. You got to make something happen here in these next couple plays if you're Vestaburg. Boykin Lynch out there at linebacker, kind of crouching up towards almost a defensive end position. Here comes the 3rd down play. High snap. Warzinski wants to throw. He doesn't have the time. He shuffles. He moves. He dances. He jives. He jigs, but there is nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down for a short loss on the play. Again, the effort of Brem Warzinski in the backfield was tremendous for Vestaburg, but he just couldn't make anything happen with Irish defenders all over the place. 11:40 left to go in our second quarter. Clock moving. 4th down and 6. Another punting situation here for Vestaburg. This is their 3rd possession. This will be the 3rd time they've lined up for a punt after 3 plays. The first time they were able to get the punt off. The 2nd time it went over the head of Brem Warzinski into the end zone for a touchback. They do line up as they could be going for it here, but this also could be a punting formation as well. Not going to be a very long snap. They do send a man in motion. We're going to have a flag on the play. It's going to be a false start going against Vestaburg. And so if you're Coach Paxi and you had any thoughts of running a fake there, that's now going to be taken out of the cards probably, as it's now 4th down and 11 rather than 4th down and 6. It's Brody Collin, the senior, back deep to receive the punt for the Irish of Sacred Heart Academy. Bram Warzinski back deep to boot this one away. Decent snap this time. The lefty gives it the boot. Collins is going to have to step out of the way. It was a really nice punt there from Warzinski. It's going to be down at the 33-32 line for Sacred Heart Academy, so they'll take over there. But Warzinski with a good punt, trying to back up the Irish a bit. It's 21-0. Sacred Heart Academy has scored on all 3 of their possessions. Vestaburg desperately needs a stop here with 10:45 left to go in the second quarter. They trail at 21-0. Probably a similar situation the Chippewas found themselves in earlier today against the Michigan Wolverines, who last I checked, Michigan was up 28-3 headed towards the half. It's now 38-3. No, my friends, Andrew and Courtney Silverthorne went down there. Make the joke to Courtney, I hope she was wearing her maroon and gold as she went down there. Shotgun look for Seiler. He's got 2 wide split out to the right, 1 split out to the left. Blitz is coming in immediately, but they went a little early there on the snap count. And so that'll be offsides going against Vestaburg and make it 1st down and 5 for Sacred Heart Academy. That's another thing that I don't know how much of a difference it would be in the result of this actual game, but penalties have kind of piled up a little bit now against Vestaburg. There's been a couple personal foul calls, a couple offsides now. Vestaburg player a little frustrated with himself, giving him a slap on the helmet. But when you try to time up, really trying to time that snap count, if you think you have it down, if I'm a head coach, you get 1 offside a game, but you're really tearing off the line, I don't think that'd be a horrible thing. Boykin Lynch is going to be lined up kind of as an up back right behind left guard, left tackle, with Seiler and Duffy also in the backfield. Fake the handoff. It's a run all the way for Seiler. Not much of a gain out there. In on the play, Maddox Couts, another freshman. I've just mentioned his name a bunch here in the first half. We've got a really late flag coming in here. That will stop the clock with 10:32 left to go here in quarter number 2. Wait to see what exactly the call is here. It was so late after the initial play that it's got to be some type of a personal foul or late hit. We'll see in which direction it goes. It's one of those, neither team can afford it. If you're Vestaburg, things are already not going well. And if you are Sacred Heart Academy, you can't back yourself up. And it will be going against Vestaburg, and so it will give the Irish, oh no, it's going to be declined out there. Oh, it's offsetting against both teams. Pardon me. I looked down to write down the 1st down when he made the point towards Vestaburg, but I like the call there, giving it to both sides. 10:32 left second quarter. 21-0 Irish lead. Seiler's going to be in the gun. Lined up wide here to the near side is Leland Martinez. Dropping back, looking to throw his Seiler. He's got time, throws it over the middle. It's caught by Brody Collin. Breaks away from one defender. He's at the 40, looks to turn on the afterburners. Collins chases him down. No, he can't. There goes Brody Collin. Touchdown, 63 yards. That is Seiler's second 63-yard touchdown pass of the first half. Brody Collin into the end zone on the dish, I'll make, from Nate Seiler. The Irish offense heating up like a block code jacuzzi out here against Vestaburg. They are rolling. It is 28-0, and another nominee there for our Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game. And Tegan Duffy with 3 touchdowns. Nate Seiler in the old St. Batchelor baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Pulling the old Lee Corso, saying, not so fast, my friend. 2 beautiful touchdown tosses from Seiler. Got the Irish now up 27-0, and his extra point will make it 28-0 Irish. The Irish have had the ball 4 times. They've scored 4 times. Vestaburg has had the ball 3 times. They've had to punt it all 3 times. That is the story of our game. 10:06 left to go, second quarter. 28-0 Irish up. We are going to take a break to hear from some of our friends. We'll be back with more Irish football right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom. Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konowinski Construction. Seiler out there for the kick. The Warzinskis back to receive it. The junior, number 2, Bram Warzinski, and the freshman, number 5, Lucas Warzinski. If you ask myself and Adam Gursky, we wouldn't want to try and tackle either one of those young men. But the problem has been there's 4 or 5 Irish coming at them this entire game. You go back to the first play of the game, it was a high snap. As soon as Warzinski brought it in, Martin Howe was there to bring him down. Couts is going to field this one just inside the 20-yard line, tries to find some room. Nice move from Couts as he goes across the 35. He's hit hard going out of bounds by Nico Vasquez. And also out there with a big hit for Sacred Heart Academy was Jacob Morrison. Player down on the field for a moment. Again, Couts took a hard hit out there. Couts wearing number 3, the freshman, probably about the size I was as a freshman. Not a big guy, but boy, he's got a whole lot of heart, and he's made a bunch of plays for Vestaburg in this first half. I know it's a 28-0 score, but I got to give some love to the freshman who's just out there doing everything he can to try and make things happen for the Vestaburg Wolverines, who will take over at their own 39-yard line, and player down on the field right now. Does look like it's going to take a moment or two here, so we will send it out to another commercial break to hear from some more of our friends. And we'll be back with more Irish football right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Our score, Sacred Heart Academy 28, Vestaburg 0. Back with more right after this.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Players still down on the field for Vestaburg. Took a hard hit out there, and some of the Vestaburg players very, very upset, not liking what they saw out there. And a lot of credit to the leadership of the Vestaburg players out there. You know, one of their teammates, made a little out of control there, but some great leadership from the Vestaburg Wolverines out there. Sure, calm down, everybody. We're ready to go here. It's 28-0. Vestaburg with the football at their own 39-yard line. First down and 10. It's 28-0. Irish in front. And it will be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty going against Sacred Heart Academy. Actually, pardon me, it's going to be going against Vestaburg as they mark it back. So they'll have it back at their own 24-yard line. Pardon me there. And that might be the third or fourth unsportsmanlike that's gone against Vestaburg here in this first half. And again, football is a really hard game to play when you're getting beat up front. And again, that is why what these kids are learning out there on the gridiron is such a big deal when it comes to just the rest of life in general. So you got to get your butt kicked for 60 minutes. Sacred Heart dealt with it in week 1. Now they're able to dish a little bit of it out here in week 3. Here comes the Vestaburg offense back out on the field. 10 minutes left to go. Second quarter. The Irish have had two 63-yard touchdown tosses, or two 63-yard touchdown plays, pardon me. It wasn't tosses from Seiler. That's a my bad on that one. Seiler's got a 28-yard touchdown pass and a 63-yarder. It was Duffy with the 63-yard run. My bad on that moments ago. It's Brem Warzinski, or pardon me, the freshman Lucas Warzinski that's going to be lined up in the Wildcat this time. Couple of substitutions coming in and out. Maddox Cout's going to go line up at wide receiver. Warzinski in the gun. Takes a shotgun snap. He's got some time, but again, he's under pressure. He's going to be buried in the backfield. Ooh, boy. For the first time, it looked like Warzinski had some time, but then he didn't have an open player downfield. And it looked like that was Walter McDonald getting in there first, along with Joey Andres for Sacred Heart Academy. We did have a flag come flying late, possibly in the area of a holding call. 9:55 left to go, second quarter. 28-0, Irish in front. It looks like it will be a holding penalty that's going to back up Vestaburg even further. Penalty's actually declined, so it's still going to back them up, though, as there was a loss on the play. Call it second down and 17 or so. Ball now just inside the 20-yard line as Warzinski comes back in with the play. Shotgun look for the freshman. Lucas Warzinski. See if he can get some time to throw on this play. He wants to run it all the way. So pour it up the middle. There's nothing there. Great tackle in the backfield. Everybody kind of piling up there. I'm going to have to see the white shirt that gets out of the bottom of the pile that might have made that play. Coming out of there is McDonald once again. Looked like Boykin Lynch might have also been in on the play, along with Levi Lynch. It's going to make it third down and a mile once again for Vestaburg. It's been 3 and out, punt going, or the snap going out of the end zone, 3 and out, and now another possible 3 and out here. Clock moving with 8:50 left to go here in quarter number 2. The Irish lead big, 28-0. Some substitutions coming in and out defensively for the Irish. Warzinski lined up in the gun on this definite throwing situation. He has not had enough time to allow a guy to get 20 yards down the field. He just flails this one up. It's going to be picked off by Seiler at the 36. He's got a wall of blockers. He goes inside the 10-yard line before he is brought out of bounds. The Irish are in business again with the ball very deep in Vestaburg territory. And a chance to really put the clamps on this one. And at the half, if it's a 35-0 lead, you have the running clock. There's been so very rare times that it's been a 35-point lead in the first half that I got to say I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen if we'll have a possible running clock this early in the game. So this will be the second time the Irish have started in Vestaburg territory. Go back to 3:07 left in the first quarter. They started at the Vestaburg 31. And on a fourth down play, it was a 28-yard touchdown toss from Seiler to Tegan Duffy. Tegan Duffy's lined up in the gun to the right of Nate Seiler at quarterback. In the slot is Nico Vasquez to the left of Seiler. They hand it off. Duffy trying to find some space. He's going to be brought down on the play. Second down and goal from the 9-yard line. Collin coming out of the play. Coming in for him is going to be Jacob Morrison. Seiler trots back in with the play from the sideline. Second down and goal. Caught 10 or 9-yard line. Split out wide. To the right of Seiler is Leland Martinez. Looks like single coverage out that way. Man in motion is Vasquez. They hand it off to Vasquez on the jet sweep. He makes one guy miss immediately in the backfield. Dives ahead. He's going to be brought down for a short gain. Bring up third down. We'll see where they mark the football at here exactly. It's good pursuit there by the Vestaburg defense. Bring up third down and goal from the 8. 7:05 left to go in our second quarter. The Irish lead at 28-0 over Vestaburg. Third down and goal from the 8-yard line. Fifth possession of the Irish. They scored on their first 4. Split to the right of Seiler. It's Vasquez in the slot. Lined up wide, it's Martinez. To the near side, it's Morrison at wide receiver. Seiler's rolling to the right. He wants to throw. It's going to be in and out of the hands of Vasquez at the goal line. The throw was behind him, but Vasquez would say he probably should have caught that one. It's going to bring up fourth down on the play. Imagine we will see the Irish go for it here. And it does look like they're bringing in the kicking unit here. So Seiler's going to try and plug himself a field goal as well. So that kind of round out the day for Seiler. So he'll get a field goal. Toss 2 touchdowns. Out there for the hold is Brody Collin. This will be a 26-yard field goal attempt here from Seiler. 28-0 our score. There's 6:43 left to go in the second quarter. Good pressure put on by Vestaburg. Seiler gets off the kick. It is good. Seiler, the 26-yard field goal. You don't see that very often. We saw a field goal last night from Frank Irvin. We now see one here today from Nate Seiler with 6:38 left to go in our second quarter. The Irish lead Vestaburg 31-0. Sacred Heart Academy did get the ball to start the game, so Vestaburg get the ball to start the second half. And again, it's one of those, I don't see Vestaburg coming back in this game, but you got to score here, try and go into halftime, if anything. There was a flag on the play. And so I'm waiting to see exactly what's happening here. There's still, the 31 up on the board. There's going to be a timeout coming from Vestaburg after the extra point before the kickoff, which is a pretty rare thing. It will give me another chance to send it out to a commercial break here to hear from some of our sponsors. And so after just a moment, we'll be right back after hearing from our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive and the crew. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. All right, resetting things for you. There was a penalty called on Vestaburg, and so wipe the field goal off the board. First down and goal now for Sacred Heart Academy. So instead of 31-0, it's back to 28-0, but the Irish have it first and goal inside the 5-yard line now after the penalty coming from Vestaburg. And it had to be, I didn't see the signals, we were out at the commercial break, but that would have had to have been a personal foul type penalty once again, because it did give Sacred Heart Academy an automatic first down. There's obviously not going to be a defensive pass interference or anything like that on the field goal. And the Irish look to take advantage here. 28-0 is the score. Again, I'll go back to the old running clock rule. 35-0 in the second half calls for a running clock. We'll see what happens here if it's 35-0 in the first half. Here we go. Seiler in the gun. Lined up next to him is Tegan Duffy. Seiler wants to throw. Quick out. It's going to be caught by Vasquez. What a catch. He had to turn, and the football was right there on him. It looked like it might have been caught on his shoulder pad. Somehow Vasquez hangs onto it for the touchdown. 34-0. The Irish go up. And if you're Nate Seiler, I wonder if you're a little bummed that the field goal was, kind of taken off the board. Just kind of a fun thing to do with the field goal. But it's all Irish all the time here on Saturday afternoon. 6:35 left to go in the second quarter. They lead at 34-0. Out there for the extra point is Seiler. Snap good, hold good, extra point good. 35-0. The Irish are in front with 6:35 left to go in our second quarter. And maybe we have to text Chad Fletcher from last night because I know the Aggies were up big early against Roscommon. But again, you so rarely see 35-0 in the first half. We'll see what happens with the clock here when Vestaburg comes back out together. Well, I guess we don't have the scoreboard clock up. As I've been telling you all game long, it's all Irish all the time. 35-0, 6:35 left in quarter number 2. Seiler and the rest of the Irish team trotting out there for the kickoff. It's hot out here today. Vestaburg High School. Hot, not quite as hot as a jacuzzi, but a pool sounds a little bit better than a jacuzzi right now to this guy. Shout out to our friends at Block Cove Pools and Spas, J&J Auto, Konowinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, Bryce Updegraff, and Joe Wentworth, Praedom Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. And I'll make the joke, the Irish, they've covered a whole lot of real estate offensively in this first half. 68-yard drive for a touchdown, 63-yard play for a touchdown, 31-yard drive for a touchdown, 68-yard touchdown, another just 10-yard touchdown drive there. But what a first half for the Irish. They lead at 35-0, and there's still 6:35 left in the first. Warzinski back deep to receive the kick, along with Lucas Janowski. Again, it's a very, very young Vestaburg team. It's the freshman Janowski who picks this one up, tries to find some room. He's going to be brought down on the play by a couple of Irish defenders, including Andres and Martinez. So first down and 10 for Vestaburg. Starting at their own 20-yard line. And there's still a lot of time left if Vestaburg can find something offensively. We have no idea how effective Warzinski can be in the open field, as he just hasn't had a chance in said open field. A couple substitutions coming in and out now for the Wolverines. 35-0 is the score. 6:29 left to go in quarter number 2. So Vestaburg really taking their time with the play. I'm waiting to see the black hat maybe count things down. Shotgun look for Warzinski once again. They want to throw it. Quick throw here to the near side. It's going to be incomplete. Warzinski just couldn't really get his feet gathered to get something underneath that one. And the clock does stop. 6:26 left to go here in quarter number 2. It's at the point you're almost hoping for the running clock when things start to go this way, no matter which side you're on. Warzinski from the sideline, back in. He's got the play from Coach Paxi. Maddox Couts, the freshman, going to be lined up. Wide receiver here to the near side. When they've got the ball in his hands, he's looked pretty slippery out there. See if they try and go the freshman's way here. It's a high snap. Orzinski has to pull it down immediately. We've got a flag coming in. It's going to be a loss on the play. We'll see what the flag is. Where it was thrown could be a holding, but could possibly also be a face mask as well. Just waiting to see the actual call here from the white hat. It will be a foul, a personal foul, face mask going against the Irish. And so that 15-yard penalty will give Vestaburg their first down of the game. The Irish have not had many first downs since their first drive because it's been a 63-yard touchdown run on the first play, a 28-yard touchdown toss on a fourth down, and then on with first play of the next drive was a 63-yard touchdown. Then they started at the Vestaburg 10-yard line. They actually did pick up a first down on that drive via penalty. Vasquez from Seiler on the touchdown toss, 35-0, under 6 minutes remaining here in quarter number 2. The Irish out there in the all-white and the red helmet. Vestaburg out there in the all-red and the white helmet. Probably something I should have pointed out earlier. My bad to everybody. Two teams with very familiar school colors. Warzinski's going to line up in the gun. Couts is in the backfield with him now. He's going to kind of step up as an up man in between the right guard and right tackle. 4 wide for Warzinski. Lucas Warzinski drops back. He's under pressure immediately. Lynch in the backfield to bring down the would-be passer. So nowhere for Warzinski to go. It's going to bring up second down and long, and you pick up your first down of the game via the penalty. You hope to get something positive going, but it has just not been Vestaburg's day. Sacred Heart came here on this Saturday ready to go, and they're making it happen, up 35-0, now under 5 minutes remaining here in quarter number 2. Slight little breeze now here. Wolverine Field feels really, really good. And shout, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction, Woods Household Appliance, Weefrich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, The Bird, All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, and Barberry Law for being fantastic sponsors, making it possible for us to bring you, 2 games in, not 12 hours, like 18 hours or something like that. 4:25 left to go, second quarter. Vestaburg heads up to the line. Warzinski in the gun. Second down along. We've got a flag. Immediately throws going to be incomplete over the middle. They're trying to connect with the big tight end, Coffee Arntz. Flag on the play. 4:19 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll see what the flag is here. It was thrown immediately. Could have been an offsides going up against Sacred Heart Academy. Maybe somebody lined up in the old neutral zone. It will be a false start against the Wolverines that'll back them up. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, probably a little bit better quality stream going on our YouTube channel. Same thing with the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 35-0 the score. Third down and long for Vestaburg. Ball on their own 24-yard line. Backed up once again as they have been on nearly every possession. Shotgun look for Warzinski. He wants to throw, but he's under pressure immediately. This is the older Brem Warzinski. Tries to make a move to the far side of the field. He's going to be brought down after no gain. That's going to bring up 4th down on the play. Brody Collin back deep to receive the punt. Under 4 minutes remaining here in quarter number 2. 35-0 is the score. We got some kids throwing rocks underneath the bleachers, and they're going to be in big trouble as I think Mom is now up, heading underneath the bleachers. Here comes the punt from Marzinski. Maybe getting a piece of it in the backfield was an Irish defender. It's going to be a very short kick. That was Hank McDonald in the backfield. I don't know if he got a block, but he might have tipped it to force a very short punt. The Irish left to go here in quarter number 2, and the clock does continue to stop here in the first half. And the community has came together. There's no more rocks being thrown at the bleachers, and it would have been a lot of trouble if they were hollow bleachers, I will say. It could have been nipping me and Gursky in the back of the leg here. 35-0, 3:39 left to go here in half number 1, pardon me. Seiler's going to line up in the shotgun. Karimi, Brody Collin lined up at wide receiver to the near side of the field. In the gun with Seiler is Tegan Duffy. Shotgun snap, they fake the handoff. Trying to find some room to the outside is Seiler. Gets by one man, kind of pulls the tackler forward for several more yards. Janowski, the freshman, with the tackle out there. Again, you hear me say it. The freshman, because there was a lot of them out there for Vestaburg, still playing their hearts out here in this one. 35-0, Irish with the lead. Clock moving, 3:12 left to go in quarter number 2, and what could be a very, very fast second half with a running clock. Seiler's in the gun, in the backfield with them is Duffy. Karimi in the slot to the left. Hand this one off. Trying to find some room up the middle is Duffy. He's going to pour forward for first down yardage. That'll move the chains. 2:51 left to go in the second quarter. First down and 10 for the Irish. Ball at the Vestaburg 35-yard line. Seiler on the sideline, getting the play from Coach Josh Wheaton. Probably a little bit more relaxing calling plays at this point of a game when you're up 35-0. So you're still in the first half. The playbook's going to be completely wide open. And the second half will probably see a whole lot of substitutions, a whole lot of different players playing different positions for this Irish team. As we say that, Tegan Duffy out of the game, Maxim Boykin-Lynch in at running back for the Irish. He'll get the handoff. Freshman looking for some room up the middle. He's got big space. Pours ahead. We've got a flag down. Boykin-Lynch is going to go to the end zone, but I think that one's going to be a hold and be coming back against the Irish. That will be a holding penalty on that first down touchdown run for Maxim Boykin-Lynch, but now it'll probably be 1st and 15 as that penalty occurred maybe 5-10 yards downfield. Score obviously remains 35-0. Another touchdown off, well, not another touchdown off the board, but touchdown comes off the board for the Irish. Gates Drilling and Service halftime report just around the bend. 35-0, the halftime score here. Here comes the first down and 19 play. Seiler in the gun. Hands it off to Boykin-Lynch once again. He looks to get the outside edge. He's got it. Now turns it back inside. We've got another flag coming in on the play. So we're now under 2 minutes remaining, and the flags continue to fly here in half number 1. We've probably had over maybe a dozen penalties here in half number 1. Score update. And they're in field goal range, too, with 4th down and 1 at the CMU 18-yard line. So these two games pretty similar here. So still not a score on the board for Vestaburg, but just like Michigan Wolverines are up big, the Irish are up big late in the second quarter here. Seiler comes in with the play. 2nd down and 23 after another Irish penalty. Boykin-Lynch remains the deep back in the shotgun with Seiler. Seiler's got 2 wide out to his right. Just over a minute remaining here in half number 1. They hand off to Boykin-Lynch. He's brought down immediately in the backfield. Big time play out there from Brem Warzinski. No, that is Lucas Warzinski, the freshman, getting into the backfield. Yes, another freshman making a play for Vestaburg. Kind of scary to think what this Wolverines team is going to be in a year or two with all. Well, still got the number 2 over there and the number 2 up on the scoreboard here. Seiler in the gun. Passing situation here for the Irish, despite the big lead. Fake the handoff. Seiler rolling out to his right. Cocks it, throws it. It's going to be behind the wide receiver. That'll bring up, and again, it says 3rd down. I feel like it should be 4th down. I don't really see any argument, though, from the Vestaburg sideline, and who's got a better view than the officials? Nobody. Brought to you by our friends at Woods Household Appliance in Clare. So 3rd down and 26 now for the Irish as they try and convert here. There's 28 seconds left to go in our first half. Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. We'll have This Week in MHSA Sports with John Ross. Talk about the scores from the Mid-Michigan area last night and talk about the monster game we've got coming up this Friday. 3rd and 26. Vasquez goes in motion. Seiler drops back, throws it over the middle. It's going to be a little too tall for Boykin Lynch. That'll bring up 4th down and a definite punting situation here for the Irish. This will be their first punt of the first half. On their 6th drive, they scored touchdowns on their first 5. If I ask Coach Wheaton before the game, you're going to have 6 first-half possessions. 5 of them are going to be touchdowns. What would you say? He'd probably just give me a big thumbs up. Seiler back deep to boot this one away. Nobody back deep to receive the punt for Vestaburg as of right now. Seiler awaits the snap. It's a bit high. Boots this one away. Really high kick. And again, nobody back there to return for Vestaburg. He's going to take a bounce at the 30, go inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. That is where that will be down. But just 14 seconds left to go in half number 1. Vestaburg has had 1 first down in this game. It came via a penalty. I'll be very surprised if they try and do really anything here. Just need to go to the locker room and try and reset things. If you're the Wolverines, you're not going to win this game, but now you're thinking, can we win half number 2? Let's try and win the second half, because if you're Vestaburg, you got to play this Irish team again at Sacred Heart in a few Fridays. First down at 10, the 19-yard line. Both Warzinskis now lined up in the gun. Brem, the junior, and the freshman Lucas. And they will take a knee to take us to the half. It's 35-0, Sacred Heart Academy with the lead as we head to our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Woo boy, all Irish all the time here in half number 1. Be back with a quick recap right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, the Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at the Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman and a boiling Adam Gursky high atop the stands here of a hot Vestaburg football field. Not as hot as a block code jacuzzi and not as hot as the Irish offense and defense out there. They lead at 35-0. Yes, 35-0 at the half on top of Vestaburg. They scored on their first 5 possessions. 2 63-yard touchdown plays, one a toss from Seiler to Collin, another one a 63-yard touchdown run from Tegan Duffy. Nico Vasquez also has a touchdown catch from Nate Seiler. Tegan Duffy had 3 first-quarter touchdowns, short run, the long run, and a catch from Seiler on 4th down. And the second quarter, touchdown toss from Brody Collin to Nate Seiler. And I believe it was Seiler that actually had the interception as well. And he threw the touchdown to Vasquez. 2 touchdowns in the second quarter, 3 in the first quarter. I've got the Irish cruising right now. They lead it 35-0 at the half. We will have a running clock to start the second half. So things should go pretty darn quick. Time to send it off to a break this week in MHSA Sports, and then we will be back with your second half. It's Irish football on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more right after this.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling is proud of 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in business 19 mill by standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan. Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blockco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blockco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't Pier, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pier Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipierplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
The football coaching world loses a legend, and the Student Advisory Council hits year number 20. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. We start with sad news as former Bloomfield Hills Brother Rice football coach Al Fracassa passed away on Sunday. His coaching career started in 1960 at Royal Oak Shrine and continued at Brother Rice from 1969 through 2013. He led Brother Rice to 9 MHSAA championships, including 3 in a row from 2011 to 2013, his final 3 years coaching. Fracassa won a total of 430 games, an MHSAA record when he retired. That total is now second behind only Farmington Hills Harrison's John Harrington. Besides the three-peat to cap his career, Fracassa led Brother Rice to Class A titles in 1977, 1980, 1983, and 1990, and 2 Division II titles in 2000 and 2005. In total, Fracassa took Brother Rice to 13 championship games. Only 6 schools have been to more. Fracassa was the 1997 NFL High School Coach of the Year. He was inducted into the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame in 1999, and he was named the State Coach of the Year by the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association 5 times. Al Fracassa was 92. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Kingsley Jr. Delaney Case led the Stags to a straight set win over Charlevoix on the volleyball court. The win was Kingsley's 10th of the season. Williamson linebacker Miles Keener had 20 tackles and blocked a punt in a 36-29 win over Hastings. He also caught a touchdown pass and ran for 50 yards. And to Zeeland West's Brandon Holman, he caught a 37-yard touchdown pass as time expired to give the Ducks a 28-24 win over Holland West Ottawa. The touchdown pass was tipped by a West Ottawa defender before being hauled in by Holman.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skills certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
We have a football you make the call for you today. Team A has the ball at their 20-yard line. Team A's quarterback gets a snap and starts running toward the sideline. He's tackled and fumbles the ball forward towards the sideline. The ball rolls forward 4 yards and goes out of bounds before anyone can recover it. Whose ball is it and where is it marked? Since the offense fumbled the ball, it went out of bounds and it wasn't recovered by anyone. It remains the offense's ball. But the ball is marked back to the spot of the fumble. There's no advantage to fumbling the ball forward. If the ball had been fumbled backwards and out of bounds with no recovery, then the offense would retain possession where the ball went out of bounds.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. This year's group of Student Advisory Council students is the MHSAA's 20th. Started in the 2006-2007 school year, the council consists of 16 students, 8 seniors and 8 juniors. And so far, 160 students have participated as members of the council. The Student Advisory Council, in essence, is a student voice that not only weighs in on topics regarding school sports that are being debated among MHSAA member schools, but also speaks to the benefits of school sports as ambassadors in their schools, leagues, and across the state. They meet 6 times during the school year, plus once more for a 24-hour leadership camp, and discuss subjects connected with the core values of the MHSAA: scholarship, sportsmanship, safety, and a sensible scope of athletic programs, with student leadership also a common topic. Council members then promote those values through their assistance in the MHSAA's annual sportsmanship summits, various leadership projects, and social media posts and videos. Each year they create 2 videos, one featuring the council's belief statement and one on sportsmanship, and both of those can be seen on MHSAA.com. For more on the council and their responsibilities, please check us out online or our social channels. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. It's a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the fifth generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beale City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Sova Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Sova family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSovaAutoSales.com. Dick Sova Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman, Adam Gursky, high atop the bleachers here at the Vestaburg football field in Vestaburg, Michigan. Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. It is our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Much love also going out to Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird, All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, Woods Household, Brad Malley Well Drilling and Malley Construction. Also, more love going out. Price Up the Graph, Joe Wentworth, Prater Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, Mount Pleasant Automotive, ENS Graphics, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Konwinski Construction, Buckco Pools and Spas, and J&J Auto. Also shout to Mount Pleasant Public Schools. Hiring bus drivers right now. They also need substitute teachers and parapros. I tell you what, if I can substitute teach, I think just about anybody out there can do it. And if you want to make your own schedule, it's not a bad way to do things. Though I got a day next week at Beale City, a day in Shepherd. So if you're out there looking for some extra work, go to willsub.com and get signed up there, or go to mtpleasantschools.net. It's mtpleasantschools with an S.net. Get started. Those bus drivers, full bennies, paid training, they will hook you up. And again, another way, if you want that job where you're kind of done early in the day, driving a bus from Mount Pleasant Public Schools would be a great way to do it. They put the 3 minutes back on the clock here at Vestaburg High School as we kind of get ready for half number 2. So it'll allow me to send it out to another break here. And I think this will actually have us having all of our breaks done as we head towards the second half. And it could be a very fast second half. The score is 35-0 Sacred Heart Academy, so we will have a running clock to start the second half, which means incompletions, running out of bounds. That will not stop the clock. Only timeouts and penalties, and well, I guess the officials, if they want to, will stop the clock. 35-0 our score. It is the Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Back with more right after this. The Irish in control. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Well, thanks so much tuning into the Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Shout out to Bob, Jenna, Kyle, Sue, and the crew being a big-time sponsor of what we do here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And as I talk about these businesses and whatnot, I want you to think about supporting these Mid-Michigan businesses who support the Mid-Michigan Sports Network and in turn are supporting these high school youngsters out there. Also, I'll talk a little bit about high and tight footballs. Crazier and the crew in a big night for Xavier Crazier at quarterback last night for Mount Pleasant, as Mount Pleasant put up 63 on Midland Dow. Just insane. I know Bubba McLean told me that Xavier Crazier had one of the most insane runs he's ever seen from a high school quarterback. Can't wait to catch up with him and see if we can get some of those highlights, some of that video from Brenton Scobie, Joe Marciano to share out on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. But yeah, what a night last night for our ultra locals. Sacred Heart Academy is on their way to being 2-1. Everybody else that I cover is 3-0. It is just insane to think about. Everybody is 3-0. Shepherd 3-0, Beale 3-0, Mount Pleasant 3-0, Clare 3-0, Ithaca 3-0. Other scores from the area last night: Elma's now 0-3 as they fell to Frankenmuth 70-21. Beaverton and Farwell are both 2-1 as Beaverton bested Farwell 54-36. Everett is 1-2 as they beat 1-2 Lake City 49-14. Sanford Meridian is now 1-2. They handed Harrison their first loss of the year 20-6. Thus Harrison 2-1. McBain 2-1, besting Manton 56-38. Manton now 1-2 on the year. Midland High beat Bay City Western 14-10. Both of those teams are now 2-1. St. Louis got their first win of the year, besting Pinconning 16-7. St. Louis 1-2, Pinconning 1-2 on the year. And Chip Hills is 1-2 as they fell to Reed City 42-0. Reed City is now 2-1. And in 8-man action, Breckenridge is 3-0 as they bested Carson City Crystal. Coleman fell to 1-2 as they lost to Merrill 28-26. Merrill is now 2-1. And Montebello has blasted everybody they have played. They're 3-0. Besting St. Charles 54-6. They put up like 40, 50 every game. Kickoff is going to be fielded right in the middle of the field. Oh, big hit out there right away. J&J Auto collision report from Joey Andres as we start the second half. Again, that clock is going to continue to roll here unless Vestaburg is able to put one into the end zone to get that gap lower than 35-0. Vestaburg will start with it at their own 35-yard line. And Ty Warzinski, the AD here, is actually talking a little bit with his pops at halftime. And again, just how young this team is. They have 5 seniors on the team, 11 freshmen up on varsity getting some solid experience. Handoff up the middle. Give me a gain of 2 or 3 on the play. In on the tackle is Brody Collin along with Nate Seiler. Call it a gain of 3. Again, the clock, tick, tick, tick. Already a minute gone by here in this third quarter. Second and 7, and this is the first time we've seen Vestaburg, I think, with second and not double digits. Every drive they've been behind the chains. See if they could take advantage here of this 2nd down and 7. That Martin Ha out there at defensive tackle. Faked it, or no, it's a good fake because they handed off up the middle. I was following Warzinski around the end, but Sacred Heart defense did not fall for it. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. And if you're Vestaburg, again, you're not going to come out of here with the W, but you can come out of the second half with some confidence. And again, these two teams will meet each other once again in just a few weeks. Substitutions coming in and out of the game. Big Brandon Irvin coming in at defensive tackle for the Irish. On this play, if Vestaburg wants to try and run it up the middle once again, Big 62 is going to be there to make it very, very tough. Here comes the 3rd down and 5 play. Both Warzinski's back there in the gun. Shotgun look, trying to find some room up the middle, but as I said, there's Brandon Irvin just kind of stalling things out in the middle. Nowhere for Brem Warzinski to go on the carry. That's going to bring up 4th down and 5. And a decision here. If you're Vestaburg, you're already at the running clock. Do you go for it here? I don't know. It does look like they're set to punt this one away. Warzinski kind of dropping back a little bit. Brody Collin not necessarily dropping back to punt this one away. Collin now will trickle back there real quick. It's Brem Warzinski lined up deep. He'll boot this one away, kind of towards the sideline. It'll go out of bounds, maybe a net of 15, 20 yards of field position on the play. And again, the clock continues to run here. We're already under 9 minutes remaining in this third quarter. And as I said, we've already got all of our sponsor breaks in. A big shout out to our friends, Brickner, Bunkner, Farm Bureau Insurance Group, Lock Electric, Dick Silva Auto Sales, Powell Frame and Collision, Bogwa, Banga and Bradley, GNS Mechanical, Hanging by a Thread, Pier Plumbing, All Seasons Fireworks, WW Construction, The Diner, Block Electric, and our friends at Martinez Lawn Care. Irish first possession of the second half, 8:30 left to go in this third quarter as they take over at their own 45-yard line. Vestaburg coach still having a conversation with the white hat right now on the sideline. Clock continues to run. No play clock out there going for Sacred Heart Academy because obviously it's, they're ready to go. White hat is now back out there getting himself in position behind the play. We're ready for 1st down and 10 with the Irish. 8:30. I'm actually going to change that to 8 minutes remaining as they take the snap. Under 8 minutes left to go in the third. Vasquez is in motion. They hand it off to the back in the backfield. We've got a flag flying in immediately. One of the very few things that can stop this clock here in the second half. It's the freshman Kyvan Rose with the run there. His older brother Caden Rose plays for Central Michigan University. Again, they're having a tough time of it down in Ann Arbor, but kind of to be expected. They'll back them up. 10 yards there on the holding call. As they get the ball set, imagine the clock will start to wind once again here. 1st down and 20 now for the Irish. And I had it 8:30 when their possession was going to start. And now when this snap is taken, the actual first play of the possession, another minute or so has gone by. That is what happens when you have these running clocks, these lopsided games in high school football action. It's Seiler in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, looks to pour it up the middle. Not really anywhere for the big quarterback to go. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 20 on the play. Starting the game at the tackles, it was Hank McDonald and Brendan Irvin. At the guard spots, Caleb Strauch and Martin Hahn. It was the freshman Walt McDonald under center. It's been a dominant offensive and defensive line performance in this game from Sacred Heart Academy. Think about that Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. Man, it's going to be hard to single anybody out because it's been such solid play all the way around. Think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Seiler, Duffy, kind of 1A, 1B right now in the running for it. Think about that Bills custom fab fabrication of the game. It's one of the 63-yard touchdowns, either the run from Duffy or the toss from Seiler. Seiler looking to go long. He's got Vasquez on the sideline. It's going to sail out of bounds, incomplete. That'll bring up third down. However, with the incompletion, the clock continues to run. We are already now halfway through our third quarter. It's crazy how fast high school football can go as long as that clock is still running. But again, you go back to the first half, 5 touchdowns from the Irish, maybe 12 to 15 penalties overall. Things kind of crawled by a little bit in that first half. And we also now have a little bit of cloud coverage as well, which I'm not going to lie, I'm not mad about it, this situation. Your boy was cooking a little bit as we headed towards our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Seiler coming in with the play. Duffy going back out there offensively. Rose trotting off. Still no countdown from the Black Hat. The Irish plenty of time to get this snap off. 5:20 left to go, second quarter. Leland Martinez lined up at wide receiver here to the near side. Man in motion is Vasquez. They fake the jet sweep. Look to throw it over the middle to Duffy. He runs underneath it, makes the catch, stumbles forward and falls down, but he's got first down yardage. Duffy was kind of floating. He was running so fast on that one, he never really could get his feet underneath him. He had to turn around and make the catch, but what a play from Duffy. Almost got it all the way to the end zone, but just kind of tripped up there by the old line ghost, I'll say. But it is first down and 10 for the Irish. The clock continues to roll here at Vestaburg High School. 4:40 left in our third quarter. 35-0, Irish in front. Freshman center Walt McDonald heads up to the football. Back behind him, ready for the shotgun snap, is Seiler. Lined up in the backfield with him is the freshman Kyvan Rose. Seiler with some instructions to the freshman. Man in motion is Nico Vasquez. He goes behind the play. They fake it to him. Now look to run the counter. Buried in the backfield is the ball carrier. It's going to be a face mask penalty going against Victor Cross, but you almost can't even blame Victor Cross. He was just going back there to make the tackle, and I think the way his hands went up, he just kind of grabbed a hold of the face mask and brought him down. It was a really good play from Cross in the backfield, almost just a little bit unlucky to get that face mask penalty, in my opinion, that time. And it will be the personal foul variety, and so it will give the Irish another first down. And again, you think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, Duffy with that sweet catch moments ago, but again, it comes from Seiler, and so right now, we're going to have a pair for our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. If one of them does something spectacular, I guess it'd probably be Seiler as Duffy's out of the game once again. Seiler's going to go under center. Kyvan Rose is going to be the deep back. Joey Andre's out there at fullback. 3:50 left to go in our third quarter. The clock continues to move. Hand off to Rose up the middle. He's got to dance away from one man, finds some room on the far side of the field. It's going to be a pickup of 8 or 9 on the play from the freshman Kyvan Rose. We'll see where exactly they spot the football. It will bring up second down on the play. 3:30 left to go in our ball game, or third quarter. The clock continues to roll here. Second down and short now. Seiler back in with the play. Nico Vasquez lined up at wide receiver to the far side of the field. To the near side here, it's Brody Collin. Deep back remains Kyvan Rose. I formation look once again with Andres out there at fullback. Rose gets the handoff. He's going to be buried immediately in the backfield. Warzinski there with the play. It's the freshman Lucas Warzinski making the play in the backfield. Again, there's freshmen playing a lot all over the place for Vestaburg. And they might have a lopsided score right now, but they have done some things to impress this guy here in this game. It's going to be a dangerous team in 2 years. Third down and 1 for the Irish. Ball just outside the Vestaburg 20-yard line. 2:30 left to go. Clock continues to roll here in quarter number 3. Kyvan Rose, the deep back. Andres out there at fullback. 2 wide receivers split wide to each side. They're going to pitch this one. He's got to cut back inside, but Rose makes a great cut to have first down yardage. He's going to take it down to the 10. Carries tacklers with him down to the 5, inside the 4. Big-time run there from the freshman Kyvan Rose. Talked about freshmen looking impressive for Vestaburg. Sacred Heart Academy's had Leland Martinez and Boykin Lynch out there pretty much the whole game, looking impressive as freshmen as well. But a big-time run there from Kyvan Rose. You start to think about that trio of freshmen just right there. Maxim Boykin Lynch, Leland Martinez. Rose remains the deep back. They're going to hand it off to the freshman. He's got to dance away, cut it back. He's not going to get into the end zone. He's going to be tackled at maybe the 1 or 2 yard line. 9th play or so coming up for the Irish on this drive. It started at their own 45-yard line. Big first down catch from Tegan Duffy on 3rd down and long. Kyvan Rose with a couple nice runs as the Irish in scoring position. 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. There's just over 1 minute remaining here in quarter number 3. Just about each play out there, the way the clock is ran, is almost taking about a minute for each of these teams. So we're rolling through this 3rd quarter. Seiler hands it off to Rose. He looks to find the end zone. He plugs forward to see if they give it to him. Nope. That is going to bring up 3rd down and goal. And I'm going to call this, I think this is the 10th play of the drive coming up again. The old Spockman math is never really all that good. Maxim Boykin Lynch coming into this game under 30 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Coach Wheaton, Nate Seiler kind of looking towards the sideline to see if they do need to run another play here in the 3rd quarter. The officials are now going to stop the clock, it looks like, here for a moment. We've got a player down on the field, or maybe just at least a shoe tie out there. That's Maddox Kautz for Vestaburg. 3rd down and goal from the 3. 11 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. I think they will start to spin the clock here again once they get the ball set. I formation look for the Irish. Seiler hands it off to Maxim Boykin Lynch. He's not going to get there. Big time play in the backfield from Vestaburg. That was Logan Griffin getting in the backfield to bring down Boykin Lynch with nowhere to go. And that will bring us to the end of quarter number 3. The Irish lead at 35-0. That 3rd quarter clock going in an absolute hurry with the running clock. We will be back with the 4th quarter right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Conwinski Construction. As we head to the 4th quarter, it's going to be 4th down and goal for the Irish. We did see Nate Seiler kick a field goal earlier in this game. It was actually 31-0 for quite a little bit of time. However, a penalty ultimately gave a 1st down and goal to the Irish after they kicked the field goal, so they were able to go out on the field and punch it into the end zone. That took us to 35-0, thus the running 3rd quarter clock. That is how we are already at quarter number 4 in this one. The Irish lead at 35-0. 4th down and goal. We'll see if they go for it here or if they go for the field goal. Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Right now, a combination of Nate Seiler and Tegan Duffy. And we've got a timeout on the field to start the 4th quarter here, it appears, from Coach Josh Wheaton. Not exactly sure what Wheaton's trying to. Well, I guess it's 4th down and goal. You want to punch this one into the end zone. That way, even if Vestaburg does come out and score on their next drive, it would remain a running clock. I want to talk a little bit about the Shepherd Blue Jays. Last night, they were just dominant on defense. Standis Sterling had zero answers for Chris Gall, Jay Steering, Braddock Payne, Nick Terwilliger, and some of the others down there on that defensive line for Shepherd. Shepherd won 37-0. You go back a year ago, Shepherd fell to Standish in week 3 of the season, 55-22, to fall to 1-2 on the year. What a difference a year makes. They're now 3-0 on the year, and they have surrendered one touchdown. That came to Elma in week 1. Since then, it's been a 34-0 victory and a 37-0 victory. And the Beale City defense, they've been just as good as well. They did give up a tutty to Roscommon late, but they were up big in that game. Start of the fourth quarter, 4th down and goal. It's an I formation look. Andre's at fullback. At tailback is Maxim Boykin Lynch. Tight end, it's Leland Martinez. Wide receiver, it's Vasquez and Brody Collin. Seiler might be changing the play now at the line of scrimmage. He wants to pull forward with the quarterback sneak, and it works. What a call there from Seiler. I think Seiler looked up the middle of the field, and there was nobody there, so the QB sneak is in for a TD. And, stat-wise, maybe that pulls him ahead of Tegan Duffy a little bit, but our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game still going to that pair of Mr. Tegan Duffy and Nate Seiler. Senior running back, the junior quarterback, turning in quite the performance here today. Seiler has also got himself 5 extra points and could make it 6 with this one, too. Brody Collin out there for the hold. 11:56 left to go in our fourth quarter. 41-0. Sacred Heart Academy in front of Vestaburg. Snap, hold, kick is good. 42-0. Sacred Heart Academy on top, absolutely dominating in this game. And with that running clock here in the second half, I imagine things are going to continue to go pretty darn quick. It's all Irish all the time here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We are going to take another commercial break. When we come back, we'll start to put a bow on this one because, well, let's be real, it's 42-0. We're business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill by Standing Timber and Logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. 42-0, Sacred Academy with the lead. Vestaburg is going to get the ball back here. There's 11:56 left to go in the fourth quarter. See if Vestaburg can get something rolling offensively. And again, when they've got the ball into the hands of Maddox Couts and Bram Warzinski and Lucas Warzinski, they look slippery, but the problem is they just haven't had any space out there. The speed, the strength of the Sacred Heart defense is kind of shown through this entire game. Here comes the high kick. It's going to be fielded at the 24-yard line by Warzinski. Bram Warzinski tries to find some room. Actually, it's Lucas Warzinski. I just thought I might have had the two of them down, but we goof it up, of course. First down and 10 for Vestaburg. Will be at their own 32-yard line. 11:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. Bram Warzinski heads towards the sideline to get the play. Couts, looks like he actually might be coming out of the game right now. 11:20 left to go in our fourth quarter. Running clock with the big 42-0 Sacred Heart Academy lead. Some substitutions out there a little bit. I do see Leland Martinez out there at defensive end. Also on the defensive line, I'm seeing a couple new players for the Irish. Zach Simon, I believe I see out there as well. Kind of continue to run through things here for you. A bit of a lopsided score and some of the substitutions coming in. Dropping back, looking to throw is Warzinski. It's going to be incomplete. He was looking to connect with Kofi Ants out on the far side of the field, but it goes, as I said, incomplete. Other substitutions out there. Caden Hoovey is out there. It's like Levi Lynch has moved from linebacker to defensive line. Maxim Boykin Lynch. It's like he's playing right up on the ball as well. In the defensive backfield, still Karimi, Collin, and Tegan Duffy. And even after the incompletion, clock continues to roll here. 10:20 left to go in our fourth quarter as Warzinski lines back up in the gun. He's got 2 wide to his right, 1 to his left. That man is going in motion. They hand it off to him on the jet sweep. He's got to turn inside right away. Nowhere to go. Excellent pursuit out there from the Irish defense. Mark Karimi in on the tackle that time. It was a good cut back to the inside. That was really the only place the wide receiver, I guess the ball carrier, Lucifer, was going to have to go. But a nice tackle from Karimi. It looks like I think he was going in motion with the receiver as well to make that play. Actually, pardon me, it was Janowski with the carry on that one. Clock continues to tick, tick, tick. 9:30 left in the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 10 for Vestaburg. They have been in this situation a bunch. They've had 2nd down and 7 one time. I think every other time it's been 2nd and 10, 2nd and 15, or a penalty backs them up. They've had 1 first down in this game, and it came via a penalty back in the first half. It's Bram Warzinski in the shotgun. This guy's younger brother Lucas here to the near side. They pump fake, throw it out this way. Karimi out there with the coverage. He knocks it away, but it's still caught. What a catch from the freshman, Lucas Warzinski from Bram Warzinski. Karimi was out there for the coverage. There ended up being a little contact on the play. Karimi couldn't cover it better than that. That was almost like some stick-em out there as Warzinski was able to bring it in. The flag could be for an interference. A little frustrated because what more am I supposed to do on that play? You're all over the wide receiver. That was just a good pitch and a good catch there. Little backyard action from the Warzinskis right there with 8:55 left to go in the fourth quarter. Vestaburg now in Irish territory, looking to get something positive going here. Flag on the play for too many men on the field. It's going to be incomplete, but it'll be a free 5 yards for Vestaburg, and that will also possibly stop the clock here for a moment as well. Actually, they're continuing to roll it here. 42-0 the score. They're going to mark off 5 yards for too many men on the field for Sacred Heart Academy. As a whole bunch of guys were sprinting off at the very last second. They did not quite get off the sideline. Still waiting for the exact signal here from the official. 8:33 left to go. Too many men on the field, obviously, is the call there. And so we'll redo 1st down again. 1st down and 5 this time. Bram Warzinski in the gun. Looking towards his younger brother, Lucas Warzinski. Throws it up. Brody Collin is tracking it. Collin almost came up with the interception. Collin did a good job there. Instead of really going out to try and catch the pass, he made sure the wide receiver stayed behind him. And that ended up making it where he was the closest player on the play. He maybe could have had a diving attempt to try and come up with it, but I think it was great defensive back play, as instead of really going for the pick, he essentially shielded Warzinski from being able to even make an attempt at the catch. 7:55 left in our fourth quarter as they announce the 50-50 winner here at Vestaburg High School. Bram Warzinski comes back in with the play. Say if he's able to set his feet and throw it, he's able to get it down the field a bit. That's been a lot of the problem, is who's ever been in the backfield hasn't been able to set their feet at all for this Vestaburg squad. 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback Warzinski. It's going to be a fumbled snap. Brand Warzinski's going to run this one all the way, trying to find some room here at the near side. Karimi, Joey Andre is going to combine for the tackle. We'll see what they give him on the pickup. It does look like it'll bring up 3rd down and short. We're now under 7 minutes. Well, it's 7:05 remaining in the fourth quarter right now. 42-0 Irish in command. They had a 35-0 lead at the half. It's been a running clock here in half number 2. First down and 10 for the Wolverines. 2 running backs in the backfield with Brem Warzinski. Lucas Warzinski goes in motion. Run all the way. Nowhere for Brem Warzinski to go. He's going to be brought down right near the line of scrimmage. Andre, Carmini, both in on the play there. Despite this lopsided score, got to give some credit to Mark Karimi. He has continued to play unbelievable here in the second half. Talk about J&J Auto Collision Report, Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber. The game done a nice job from his defensive back position. But if we're going to think of the Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, it's got to go to the defensive and offensive front from Sacred Heart. Hank McDonald, Caleb Strauch, Walt McDonald, Martin Ha, Brandon Irvin, Maxim Lynch. Unbelievable on both sides of the ball, controlling the line of scrimmage. 5:50 left to go, fourth quarter. Now second down and 20 after the penalty for Vestaburg. Split out wide to the right is going to be Maddox Couts. Another one of the freshmen got a bright future ahead of him here for Vestaburg football. Warzinski in the gun. Lefty looks to cock back and throw. He wants to go long for his younger brother once again. Karimi's out there with the coverage. Is caught. Warzinski's into the end zone. And again, Karimi was out there with good coverage. I think it'll be another flag, but it's a TD. Warzinski to Warzinski. As Vestaburg gets on the board. And that's why you keep playing and keep playing and keep playing. You get that touchdown. Oh, it feels so sweet. And waiting to see what the flag was. Touchdown is good as they declined the penalty. 42-6 is our score. We'll see if we see a 2-point conversion here. If they do get a 2-point conversion, that would put it back below that 35-point threshold and could have that clock stopping again. But I think with the Irish getting the ball back, we'll see them keep the ball on the ground. It does look like they're lining up for the extra point. But Brem Warzinski, several times on this drive, the game plan was kind of, well, if it's going to be one-on-one coverage with Lucas Warzinski, we're going to throw it up to him. And I tell you what, it worked out a couple times. Give credit, Brem Warzinski, Lucas Warzinski. Those two have gotten hit a lot out there today, but they continue to fight, continue to play hard, and continue to have great sportsmanship. The extra point is up, and it is good. 42-7 is now the score. The Irish in control, but Vestaburg, something positive to go forward in this one now as they get into the end zone. We're going to take another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 5:22 left to go in our fourth quarter. The Irish with a chance to run out the clock when they get the ball back right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the fifth generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Vestaburg, after the penalty, will be kicking off, actually, in Irish territory. It seems weird to say that. Back deep to receive it is Vasquez and Tegan Duffy, but could definitely be a spot for an onside kick here if Vestaburg want to get the ball back. Again, it's 42-7. This game is all but over. The Irish led at 35-0 at the half. We've had a running clock in the second half. Out there to kick it, Bram Warzinski. Him and his younger brother, Lucas Warzinski, just connected on a touchdown toss moments ago to get Vestaburg on the board with 5:22 left to go in the fourth quarter. Warzinski lines up, see if he gives it the boot. Yes, he just gives it the boot downfield. It'll go through the end zone for a touchback. Sacred Heart Academy will start with the ball at their own 22-yard line. I'm waiting for him to tell him to start spinning the clock, but not yet after the touchback. 5:22 left to go, fourth quarter. Tegan Duffy showing off his arm, connecting with the official on the sideline there as we get ready for this next possession. First down and 10 for the Irish. See if Seiler's still out there at quarterback. It looks like he's staying on the sideline with the helmet propped up. We'll see who we've got going under center or in the gun for the Irish here. It looks like it's going to be Joey Andres at quarterback. I'm trying to see out there. No, he's going to continue to line up at fullback. And still waiting for everybody to get together here. Clock still stopped for a moment. And now, looks like Sacred Heart's going to go back to the huddle here. And both teams heading to their sideline for an official timeout here. Kind of interesting here to see that, and especially this point in the game, too. Like I said, we've got 5:22 left to go in the fourth quarter, and maybe there was some words exchanged as both teams went up to the deal. On the chain gang is having issues over on the far sideline as well, appears to be the situation. And give me a moment to give some love to more of our great sponsors that make this possible. GNS Mechanical, hanging by a thread, Pure Plumbing, All Seasons Fireworks, WW Construction, The Diner, Block Electric, Brickner and Bunkner Farm Bureau Insurance, Dick Silva Auto Sales, Powell Frame and Collision, Bogwai, Banga and Bradley, and Martinez Lawn Care, along with Dance Again, Dress Consignment Shop in Wademan, the Isabella Community Sportsplex, Morey Courts, the Martin Ice Arena, and the Morey Gymnastics Center, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Smith & Sons, the Beale City Village Store, Sydney's Judges Bench, Dog Central, Barry Funeral Home, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Almost Up North, and Stitches for Britches, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric, the Fisher Companies, and Kenneth Egger DDS. I formation, look. Lynch the deep back. They hand it off to him. Big running room up the middle. Lynch is going to go to the house. He's across the 50, the 40. There goes the freshman thundering down the field for an 80-yard touchdown run. I look back. There are no flags. Lynch with the 80-yard TD run. Woo, boy. I had been told several times that Maxim Boykin Lynch does not look like a freshman, and as he rolled to the end zone there, he showed speed you don't usually see from a freshman, and more credit to the offensive line. Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game stuff. A hole so big you could drive a Clark Modular home through it there for Mr. Boykin Lynch. 4:58 left to go in the fourth quarter, and the Irish, well, thought they might run the clock out here, but what do you do when you can roll to the end zone? Now out there for the extra point are the Irish. The kick is up, and it just falls. Oh, it falls over. 49-7. It's good, and you get a lot of celebration after that extra point for Sacred Heart Academy. It's 49-7. When I came back from the last break, it was kind of almost the feeling of, all right, we're going to see the clock just kind of get ran out here and just kind of go on our way. But, oh, no, Maxim Boykin Lynch says, if you're going to open up a hole for me to go 80 yards, I'm going to go 80 yards. Thus, our score now 49-7. The high and tight turnover battle. There's only been the one interception thrown by Vestaburg in this game, so the Irish winning that turnover battle. But I think even if Sacred Heart had turned it over 2-3 times, I don't know if that could have made that much of a difference in this contest. Vestaburg getting ready to receive the kick. Thanks to more of our sponsors like Mount Pleasant Public Schools, hiring bus drivers. Parapros, go to mtpleasantschools.net to get started. Whenever I got Bubba McClain on with me or Brandy Grakowskis, they always say they absolutely love working at Mount Pleasant Public Schools, and also love to those big sponsors out there like Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradam Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, Mount Pleasant Automotive, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Konwinski Construction, Blockco Pools and Spas, and J&J Auto, and then the biggies, you see their logos up at the top of the screen all the time. Barbary Law, Gates Drawing and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird, All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, Woods Household Appliance, and Brad Malley Well Drilling and Malley Construction. 4:58 left to go in our ball game. A third quarter that cruised right by. The fourth quarter been a little bit more stop and go in this one, as this game is in hand for the Irish. It's 49-7. Sacred Heart Academy with the lead. Here comes the kick. It's going to be a high one, fielded by an up man at the 25-yard line. It's going to be brought down, not after much room. So Morrison with tackle there. Couts on the return. Clock will continue to roll here now. 4:40 left to go as Vestaburg takes over at their own 30-yard line. And Sacred Heart got it back moments ago. Probably had plans of running out the clock, but Boykin Lynch saw the hole that he saw, and you can't blame the young man for taking it 80 yards to the house. What's he going to do, run 10 yards and take a knee? What a run from Boykin Lynch. And again, a hole so big you could drive a Clark Modular home through it. Great job all game long by this offensive line of Hank McDonald, Caleb Strout, Walt McDonald, Martin Hott, and Brendan Irvin. They have bulldozed the way for the Sacred Heart Academy running backs in this game. Handoff up the middle for Janowski. He's got nowhere to go. And I'm going to point out again, Janowski on a carry. It's another freshman out there for Vestaburg that's been playing the whole entire game and playing really, really hard. Second down and long. Vestaburg has had just one or two possessions or one or two series of drives where they've had second down in single digits. I know it sounds crazy to say, but it's been that way the whole entire game. I think I can remember one second down and 7. Other than that, it has been a long way to go to the sticks on second down and has really changed the way Coach Paxi and the Vestaburg offense would want to play. And clock continues to churn. Shotgun look for Brem Warzinski. Lined up here to the near side is Lucas Warzinski. That's the most successful offense they've had, is with that one-on-one coverage. They pump fake it, now look to throw it that way. Collins out there on coverage. Goes to knock it down, but it's caught again by Warzinski in one-on-one coverage. Collins is able to bring him down, but another big-time pitch and catch from Warzinski to Warzinski. They have now had 2 completions for a total of 70, 80 yards. And if you're Sacred Heart, again, this game's all but not with 2:40 left to go in a 42-point lead. But the next game these two teams play, you might need to drop a little safety help to the side of a Lucas Warzinski, because when he's got one-on-one coverage, the freshman is really showing the ability to go up and get the football. And clock continues to churn. 2:20 left to go in the fourth quarter as the Vestaburg offense heads back up to the line of scrimmage. Lucas Warzinski, the lone wide receiver, here to the near side of the field. Little fake snap count there. They get Sacred Heart to jump, but no whistle. Fake the handoff. Now look to throw. Under pressure immediately is the quarterback. Andre's in the backfield. High in the backfield. Also back there helping to make the play for Sacred Heart Academy was the junior Cruz Cotter. Now 1:45 left to go in the contest. Second down and long once again for Vestaburg. I think they wanted to throw it up to Lucas Warzinski once again, but that's what we saw a lot in the first half. Even when Vestaburg wanted to throw the football, the quarterback just did not have time to set his feet. 1:25 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Got our Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming up. Put a quick bow on this one, talk about some of the accolades and some more of our great sponsors. Shotgun look for Warzinski. They as he plunges ahead, he goes out of bounds, but I think he's got the first down and gets some big-time cheers from the fans here from Vestaburg. So that's one thing you could say about this group of kids from Vestaburg. It doesn't matter what the score is. They will continue to play their absolute hearts out. We've now got a timeout on the field from Vestaburg as they want to try and get into double digits here in this one. Score 49-7. Thanks some more of our great sponsors. Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction, Clark Modular Homes, along with Woods Household Appliance, Weefridge Financial, Bill's Custom Fab, Barberry Law, and Gates Drilling and Service. Another score update brought to you by our friends, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction, and Clark Modular Homes. 63-3, the final, the Michigan Wolverines over Central Michigan University. Ooh. Ugh. And it's a tough one here for the Chippewa. And obviously, when you're going against Michigan, you're hoping for a miracle, but not really expecting of a 63-3. That is a shellacking from the Wolverines there. Our score here, 49-7 with 47.9 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Vestaburg still does have 2 timeouts remaining if they really want to try and make sure they can score here on this one. Lucas Warzinski is going to be split wide to the near side here. Bram Warzinski is going to be back in the shotgun. Best offense they have had here in the second half is those two connecting on some long plays with one-on-one coverage. Want something similar here. They throw it out. It's going to be a little too tall. Collin almost ran into the interception. Oh, boy. If he would have picked that off, he's probably still running all the way to the other end for a touchdown. Now under 30 seconds remaining in the ball game, and we've got another timeout coming from Vestaburg. 33 seconds left to go. They've got one more timeout remaining after this. And these two teams will play each other again later this year. But Sacred Heart Academy is going to move to 3-1. And the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, our other 5 ultra locals, are all 3-0. It's just insane to think that through 3 weeks, our 6 teams that we cover have a combined record of 17-1. And that one loss is Sacred Heart playing up 2 divisions against a school about 3 times their size in Olivet, who has hopes of making some noise in the D6 playoffs this year. And so, oh boy, we are going to have quite the, 2/3 of the season left. 1/3 kind of done. Only 9 weeks in high school football. I wish there was more. But what a year we're going to have with our 6 ultra-local teams. And the Beale City Aggies, the defending state champions, will be with them next week as they take on McBain. Whoever wins that game, well, whoever won that game the last few years has had a stranglehold on the Highland Conference. Joey Andres in the backfield immediately to bring down Warzinski as he looked to roll out to his left and toss it downfield. Andres a little slow to get up. He might be cramping up down there because that man has put in a lot of work for the Sacred Heart defense. 3rd down and 10. I don't know if we're going to see a final timeout here for the final play. I think we will. As Vestaburg heads towards the sideline. Nope, that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Our final score, Sacred Heart Academy 49, Vestaburg 7. We'll be back to put a bow on this one right after this with our Bird All-American Grill postgame show. Chris Spockman coming back to wrap this one up. The Irish win it 49-7. Back to put a bow on this one right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blocko Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blocko Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios one more time for our Bird All-American Grill post-game show. And Coach Wheaton way over on the other side of the field. Sometime we'll try and catch up with our coaches this year, but it's not going to happen this afternoon. Just a few accolades to give out. Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. McDonald, Strauch, McDonald, Ha, Irvin, Lynch, Irvin, Strauch, and Ha. Also, again, on defense, I feel like I should go Levi Lynch, Cruz Cotter, Joey Andres. Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber game goes to just the up front for Sacred Heart Academy. They were just absolutely dominant in this one. Our Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game, the 80-yard touchdown run from Maxim Boyk and Lynch was pretty sweet, but the game was kind of decided at that point. We're going to go all the way back to the second drive for Sacred Heart Academy. Took them 9-10 plays to get down the field. Not on the second drive. They started with it at their own 37-yard line. The first play was a 63-yard touchdown run for Tegan Duffy. That will be our Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game going to the backfield pair. Nate Seiler, Tegan Duffy. They were unbelievable. Seiler ended up with a few more touchdowns. See, he had the rushing touchdown and the 2 touchdown tosses. So I guess he had 3 TDs for each of them. 49-7 is our final. Our Zaid Batchelder ballers of the game. It's been a while since we played the Zaid song, so we'll kick it on here real quick.
Well, hey there, Zaid. This song of love is just for you. So turn it up. Peekaboo, Zaid, I see you, and we wrote a song about what you do. Like listening to music and going outside, wearing a smile on your face so wide, yeah.
Big shout out to Ryan Batchelder, Jen, and Nate Batchelder, and always watching from high and above, Mr. Zaid Batchelder. Our Zaid Batchelder ballers of the game, Tegan Duffy, Nate Seiler. Congratulations, those two. And the Irish are now 2-1 on the season. All the rest of our ultra locals are 3-0. Wow, what a start it's been to our high school football season, and things are only going to get bigger, only going to get better. Next week, we will be in McBain as the Aggies look to stay undefeated, moving to 4-0 against the Ramblers. It was McBain beating Beale City last year. I think people forget they won that state title. They did not win the Highland Conference. That was McBain taking the Highland Conference crown last year. So make sure you join us next Friday, and this week I'll be trying to catch up with all of our coaches, including Jordan Hesbrook from Ithaca, talk their crazy overtime victory versus Saginaw Michigan Lutheran Seminary. But our final here today, Sacred Heart 49, Vestaburg 7.